They called it a weekend escape, 5 friends hiking deep into an unnamed forest where the trail maps faded into guesswork. Evan led the way, confident and loud. Marcus followed quietly. Then Jonah, Reed, and finally Liam, who felt uneasy the moment the trees swallowed the light. By the first night, the forest felt aware. The wind moved against them. Sounds echoed without source. Reed swore he heard chanting beneath the crackle of the fire. Evan laughed it off. Then the dreams began. Jonah woke screaming, claiming a tall shape stood beyond the trees, antlers scraping the stars. Reed refused to sleep at all, whispering about whispers that spoke his name. Liam felt pressure in his skull, like something digging for attention. By dawn, Jonah was gone. His footprints led into the forest barefoot, deliberate. They followed until they found him hanging from an oak, rope twisted from vines, body arranged carefully, like decoration. Carved into the bark above him was a symbol none of them recognized. But the forest did. Panic fractured them. Evan insisted it was hysteria. Marcus wanted to leave immediately. Reed stared into the trees as if waiting for permission. That night, the hallucinations worsened. Reed began humming an unfamiliar tune, low, ritualistic. Evan yelled at him to stop. Reed smiled instead and walked calmly into the dark, as if summoned. They chased him. They found Reed hanging beside Jonah, antlers carved into his chest, blood soaking the roots below. The symbol appeared again, fresh, precise. The forest grew louder after that. Whispers became commands. Marcus collapsed, clutching his ears, screaming that the god wanted ornaments. Evan tried to drag him away, but Marcus stood suddenly, eyes empty, and walked straight into the woods. They didn't follow this time. By morning, Evan was gone too. Only Liam remained. And something massive watched him from between the trees. Liam ran until his lungs burned. He stumbled into a clearing, and into hands. Men and women surrounded him, faces painted with ash and sap, antler charms hanging from their necks. They spoke in reverence, not surprise. "You survived the choosing," one said. "The forest allowed it." They dragged him to their village structures grown from living wood, bodies hanging from trees like offerings. Liam recognized Jonah, Reed, Evan, Marcus. The cult knelt as the forest trembled. Their god emerged, not fully seen, but felt. Antlers larger than trees, eyes glowing through bark and shadow. "The horned one demands balance," the cult leader said. "You will finish the offering." They tied Liam to a tree beneath the symbol, and left him alone with the god. The ropes loosened when the chanting began. The god descended not as myth, but as flesh and rot and antlered rage. It towered over Liam, moving with the sound of creaking wood and snapping bone. Liam fought with desperation, using fire, stone, blood. The god bled sap. It screamed like a forest burning. When Liam struck its antlers with a broken blade, the god recoiled, not wounded, but angered. It could not leave the trees. That was the truth. The cult screamed as Liam ran, the god howling in fury behind him but never crossing the tree line. Liam collapsed on the road at dawn. Search parties found no forest, no cult, just trees. Years later, he still wakes screaming. He avoids woods, avoids silence. Sometimes he dreams of antlers scraping the sky. Sometimes he hears whispers when the wind is right. He knows the truth. The god still waits, and the forest still listens. Liam prays for the fallen whenever he passes a tree, and never looks back.